Good morning, good afternoon, and most importantly, good evening to everyone in the chat. I hope you're good. I hope you're well. Late Night Lilywhite is back, people. And you know one thing, first of all, wholeheartedly apologise for yesterday. The cold people that are on this side of the pond and have to experience North American winters will understand it has been brutal. And I've come back to minus 24s, minus 27s. I can't remember what Saturday was, but Sunday was minus 17, 18. My wife was picking me up from the station and I had to wait a little while because of the traffic and the jet lag just hit me. And you know what? I'm actually delighted that it did, because if I had done the marathon stream that I was going to do, like the summer window, can you imagine? We would have all been together for the distance for absolutely nothing apart from our Hearts 18-year-old who can't even get into the Hearts team on loan. So yeah, listen, I'm going to go through the chat and everything like we always do, just so you guys know. And I don't know if any of you got to watch back on the Saturday show when I went live. I'm going to be heavily focusing on this show. Going to do it 2 or 3 times a week. Definitely straight after match days. Might not be one on Saturday though, because I'm finally having my wisdom tooth done on Friday, so we'll see how I feel. But there's going to be a lot more shows for our time zone people. So if you're on our time zone anywhere around the world, perfect. If you're a night owl or an early bird, again, this is going to be perfect. I'm going to do this show where we're going to have guests on, or I'm going to try and bring guests on weekly after we've done a bit. Might be shows where it's just me, but it's good to be back with all you. I know this is going to sound really weird that I'm saying it in February, but I hope all you guys had a wicked Christmas, a fantastic New Year, and we're going to have a good time together. As you know, this show can go from one extreme to the other. There is a load to speak about today. I want to speak about the transfer window. I want to talk about I'm not saying in this order. What we thought of the Manchester City game. What we I want to speak a lot about at one point the international fan base and protests. I'm taking it upon myself now. I've already reached out to a few people in the States. I am arranging North American protests, and I'm going to be targeting NFL headquarters. I don't know where any of these are. People in America will be able to let me know, but I'm sure there's one massive head office, but there's probably head offices in other states. I don't know how it works. Even protests at NFL grounds during and after the season. Nike, Tavistock. If we can get anyone in the Far East. Oh, Tavistock in Miami, Florida is going to be a massive one. Because I know for a fact, and we saw everything change for Tottenham tried to do, for absolutely no response whatsoever. I know the international fan base, from the messages I receive and everything from around the world, they would all do better than what is currently going on with the people that are lucky enough or unlucky enough right now to go into the ground. But loads of that we'll talk about, but we're going to start. Let's go through some of the comments beforehand. And there's 22 of you already here. We're going to build this show up all together, guys. If you guys could share this channel or share the link to these shows so we can get a really good audience. Like I said, one of the things we love about this channel is how wicked the chat is and how much fun we have. So let's start saying hello to everyone and do what we do. Oh my God, look who's here. KPV is in the building. KPV, what are you doing up at 2:05 in the morning, brother? I hope you're good. My man Kamal's in here. Mate, KPV's come out of nowhere. Like a RKO from Randy Orton. Teddy, big up. Mate, do you know what? Teddy, I have to say, when I was back in the UK, and obviously people know I do all my work with We Are Tottenham TV, didn't get to focus as much on this channel because my tablet, the mic went dead and everything. All the stuff I do, the amount of when I was watching shows based in the UK, the trolling, the abuse, mate, it is vile. And I was just like, do you know what? And not just aimed at me. I mean, in general, the way this fan base has become, this show, I love. This is my favourite show of any. Like, people will know my love for We Are Tottenham TV and Ben and Sim and everyone behind that. This is the one show that I actually love doing. Love doing. And I already see my good man, my Australian brother, Mr. David Shire, has already gifted one membership. Thank you, David. So whoever's got the one membership, send it. Send love to David. I hope you're feeling better, buddy. Russell, my man, big up to you. Mate, I don't know what rant you're talking about. There's quite a few of them. I went on there today, and it was quite light-hearted, but I had a fair few rants whilst I was up there. Kamal saying big up to everyone. Well, we've got Dead Day review, mate. Honestly, this window, only Spurs can go into end this window weaker than we went into it. I don't understand this football club. Oh, mate, he's going to be massive. And you know the worst thing, Nathaniel, buddy, is I was just going through Twitter before. Someone's actually made a compilation of him. I think he's played 6 games for Hearts, and people are making or something ridiculous. And I've just seen your Chicago Bears, mate. You got close this season. You got close. My Saints had a woeful season, but you came out of nowhere. My man Swifty, who I've just been speaking to, thank you, Swifty, for all your support. He's promoting the memberships and everything. And I will say to the guys that are in here, or if people watch this on playback, obviously we have some great members that have been paying. I think it's the $1.99 or $4.99 for the memberships while we've been inactive. We do apologise that you spent that money and we've given you nothing in return, but we're going to more than make up for it now that I'm back here. That's for damn sure. My brother, Mr. Curly. How are we doing, Curly? Hope you're good and well. Who? Jonathan Boyd, Mr. Mint Pringles, Mint Chocolate Pringles. Who did we sign in the whole window? If we round this up, we got Sousa, we got in Gallagher, and then we signed the good old player from Hearts. It worked out. I put it on my Twitter. We got 35 million in for Johnson. Sorry, let's do it the other way around. 35 million for Gallagher. I think it was 19 or something for Sousa. Sold Johnson for 35 mil and made the minimum of £42 million for finishing in the top 4 in the Champions League. We have come out of this window and they invested 100 million in. We've come out £27 million in profit. And they care about the football club. Oh, mate, big time. I can't believe I got taken in, Curly. I got taken in for a good little while, and then I came to my senses. Mate, oh, mate, honestly, I don't understand. Frank says he has a no dickhead policy. Well, there's plenty of them above him. We hear this every year as well, don't we, Jonathan? It's good to see you, Jonathan, man. I saw this message before I went live. ENIC 2.0 my ass. Say bullcrap completely. ENIC out, damn right. Levy out. Always. I've brought out the fingers back, but it's for ENIC. Oh, citrus ball. Mate, I don't even know where we go from here. I don't know what we do, where we go. As I said on We Are Tottenham TV today, if you just let's weigh this up, people. We went into this window with Destiny injured, Porro, who has been overplayed and undervalued, and Spence playing at left back way too much. And now we're our most senior, our one senior fullback is our most injury prone one. We ended the window. We all did the review on deadline day on Late Night Lilywhite saying, yeah, it was a good window, but we were short in a few places, but the quality was there. and we went into this one desperately needing a left winger to end the season with no right winger, you can't make this out. You can't make it out. Come on, I mean, I don't know how. I'm not. I'd rather Nagelsmann than Poch. I really don't. I really don't like going back. Don't get me wrong. If he comes, I'm going to have absolutely no issue with it whatsoever. But again, whoever comes in, we're going to be where we are. There's one manager I'd really want. He's not going to come in a million years, but I think he would go nuts at the board. And I'll take Ancelotti. I love Ancelotti. He'd come in and he'd shake shit up at the football club. But I want Nagelsmann over Poch. But hey, I wanted Thomas Frank, so what do I know? What do I know? Big up, Mike. ENIC out, Frank out, Vidai out, Lange out. And like we said, buddy, Frank is a big problem, and people would know my love for him at the beginning. The board are the main problem. The board are the biggest issue. It's great to be back, Jonathan. We're going to be back 2 or 3 times a week minimum. At least there's going to be no transfers to talk about. We'll talk Spurs. We'll talk mental health. We'll talk. We'll have some fun. It was only minus 7 degrees where I am in New York, and I thought, oh mate, honestly, I can't explain to you. I moved to Toronto in 2017. I moved out December the 1st. And I said to myself, I want to arrive in Toronto and just deal with winter head on. Not come in the spring or the summer and then hear people go, wait till winter. And it had been cold in England, nothing like here. But when I came out of the airport in a pair of joggers, my snood, a hoodie like this one, and I didn't have any thermal like leggings in, and it was minus 24. My good God, it was a culture shock. Richie, oh yeah, when we're talking about Richie, again at Spurs, Richie has his fittest or longest injury-free part of the season of his career at Spurs, and he gets injured the day that Dominic Solanke comes back. You cannot write this. Eugene, my brother, we are back. Tottenham Hotspur are back. Late Night Lilywhite are back, and it is good to see you in here, my brother. We'll get you on the show, whether it be today. Like I said, I don't know how long we go for today. I've got a coffee. Let me take a swig of it. I think we'll do a 2-3 hour one easy, but we'll see where we're going. Gary, big up to you. Wait a minute. Hi, Brian. I moved to Toronto a few months ago. I'm actually back in Ireland for a few weeks, but I'm flying back to Toronto on Friday. Yeah, mate. If you only just moved here, at least you came in the summer, autumn. Mate. Gary, please tell me you're going to be coming to the Scotland Yard. You have to come and join us at the Scotland Yard. Don't know if you've been to the Scotland Yard since you've been living in Canada or Toronto. I hope you love Toronto so far as much as I do. But Gary, if you haven't been to the Yard, make sure you get down for a game. I'm not going to be there for Saturday because Friday I have my next game. I'll be there is Newcastle. I'll be there for Newcastle and then the NLD. If you can get down for the NLD, it is a great day, no matter what the result, and it is such a great family at Toronto Spurs. Who else we got? There you go, Russell. See, this is the thing, and I've seen talking of. So we got David Shire in the chat. We got Russell, and then we got my man Kudus. We got an Australian hat trick there. I have to say again, I can see everyone saying, guys, you probably watch a lot of channels, whether it be Last Word on Spurs, Spurs Corner, We Are Tottenham TV, whatever, and you probably see the chats. I can't explain to you how much I love you guys and the respect you will give each other in this chat. Look at all the hellos. Happy New Year to Jonathan as well. Who else we got in here? Oh, mate, do you know what? I am so happy to be on this side of the pond, brother. So happy. Miss my nephews and niece more than life itself. They are so hard to say goodbye to. But my God, I'm so happy to be out of England. So happy. Who else we got? I don't know if that is Swifty. Swifty. I don't know if that is Cookie or the Sheriff, but big up to you, whoever it is. Yeah, mate, I've missed most of the NFL. I can't wait. I don't know if he'll come in the chat, but I don't know if people remember a Late Night Lilywhite where I had my mate from Seattle, John. I am full out Seahawk fan for that man. Should be a very good game. Let's have a look. Who else we got in? Let's see. Got free tickets to the July match in Sydney. Oh, nice, mate. Nice. Well, don't worry. I'm sure we'll have all the we're going to spend the 400 million we can on PSR before we get there, and everyone is going to be overjoyed with what we've done. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I bet you, David. The most important thing, mate, is are you home now and comfortable? And when I say comfortable, obviously it's going to be bloody hot where you are. I can't wait for summer. I cannot wait for summer here. It's Cookie. Big up to you, Cookie brother. Up at 2 a.m. Big up to you. Well, you came in. Am I your like? Oh, come on, brother. We'll have to get you on the show one day, mate. Am I like one of those like the rainforest music or the audio books that people listen to go to sleep? Yeah, let's just listen to him waffle. Big up to Cookie. Chip Kapowski. Big up to you, buddy. Whoever got the one membership, God, I am well behind. People that watch this show will know how far I normally get behind the comments. KPV's good. So, guys, let's have a quick chat. Joe, let me go down a bit. We've got a new member as well, Russell. Big up to you, Russell. Thank you very much indeed for Cookie's going to bed. So good night, brother. Where do we go? Do we talk the match? Do we talk the transfer windows? Do you want to talk international protests? Where shall we go first, people? Do you think Frank's job was? I think you better say ever in question there, wasn't he? That's mate. Do you know what, John? Or Jonathan, should I say? That's such a. I just don't know. All I did hit. I mean, I think Paul O'Keefe did it. It's not I heard it. Paul O'Keefe. Paul O'Keefe said that they are petrified of going down the what's it called, the interim, even though you've seen it with Carrick and whatever. Not that it always works. I don't know what their plan is. I don't. If we think about it, we've just come out of a transfer window where they said they've been planning for months, and this is what they've done. He's aligned with ENIC because they've hardly spent any money. He's not spent. Do you know what? Come on, The one thing I am going to give ENIC credit for this window is getting that deal done. And I don't mean getting it. What I was impressed with is both the Johnson deal and this deal were done like that. No Levy stalling over 5 million or breakdown in payments or do anything. It was like, right, Bentancur didn't get injured. We don't have Gallagher, but they had to move quicker. They showed they could do it. Bingo. What's her name? My guy, dude, bro. What's her name? Mate, this is exactly it. No matter what happens, we are going to be exactly where we are, whoever the manager is, next season by about March or April. And I only go March and April because if it is Poch, he'll have a lot more credit in the bank than anyone. Russell, we are like a bird that flies into a cloak, mate, big time. What I will say, come on, Nagelsmann, the reason Nagelsmann didn't come was because we were allowed to bring all his coaching staff, but we allowed Frank. So whether they've kind of loosened that kind of thing, but I'd have Nagelsmann over Poch, no problem. Gary, I don't know who the club are expecting to sign when the selling club won't. The one thing I will say with this, Gary, is we keep hearing so many times that. Do you remember when FFP came out and Levy even said, yeah, we've got to make sure we're aligned in FFP, then we can take advantage. Well, we've done that. Then we sorted FFP, and then PSR. Oh, we've got to be. We can go on a spending spree and people can't rival us, but they won't. We get told we need Champions League money and being playing Champions League football to entice the Champions League elect players to pay their wages. Well, we have Champions League football. We don't do it. I don't just mean this season. I mean so many other seasons. It's just one lie after another. Big up to you, buddy. Good to see you in here, my man. Good to see Busy Ent in here. Mate, Ty, you can't make this shit up. You can't. What was the point of Scarlett going on? I mean, obviously he weren't getting matches. He won't be first time. But it's ridiculous. It's just, mate, Doug, Doug, I went straight past this comment. This is the thing. Right now, we only have Solanke as our only recognised striker. And I put that on Twitter. He's our only recognised striker for people to fall into the trap, which they did. They said, no, we got Mawani. And I was like, no, I don't call Mawani a striker because a striker is actually meant to score goals. Dominic Solanke has scored more Premier League goals in the second half yesterday than Mawani has all season. That's where we're at. What else we got? No points. This I agree with. Gary, this I completely agree with, brother. 100%. But this is the thing. We can go and get these players. And you know what? Even if they said, for example, let's just say there was a 60, 70 million player we wanted. We'll go put the bid in. Go put the bid in and show you're actively trying to do something rather than just doing what we do. I put a tweet out as well saying, when do we get the apology porn video from the apology porn of Vinay and Laj going, we tried. It's a difficult window. The right opportunity didn't come out. They've gone missing all month. They'll pop up this week, guaranteed. Mate, Mate, good to see you, brother. You have changed your name. I can't remember what your name was. Before, but it wasn't Eric Hudson. I'm sure you changed your name, but I know that picture. Good to see you. Jack, brother, it is great. Mate, honestly, it's so good to be back. If I had done this show yesterday, I would have been asleep right now talking to you. I'd have been gone. I was absolutely battered. When I see the difference in gameplay and the tactics between one half and the next, I wonder if Frank making changes. Do you know what? This, Jonathan, we look at this. We had this with Conte, didn't we? Second half Tottenham. We had it with Conte that you could go beat Manchester City away and then lose to Burnley away. I just don't get it. I disagree slightly here, but I am now. I'm more Frank out than Frank in. But if Frank just shut his mouth after press conference, after games, or if he said after certain games, i.e. the West Ham one, if he'd come out and said, "Do you know what? I don't know what the fuck that was." Obviously not swearing. I don't know what that was, but that's not what we've been trained to do. We're going to work morning, noon, and night to get this right. This isn't the Tottenham I want. You will see a better Tottenham. We are not going to stop. Then I'd be like, "Do you know what, Frank? Fair play. Fair goddamn play. You're seeing what we're seeing, but the stuff he's coming out with, I just don't get it, mate." So people know I wanted Frank before Ange. I'd have loved Nagelsmann, but you got to remember Nagelsmann wasn't there. But keep hearing the overlap saying it. Ancelotti apparently is leaving Brazil after the World Cup. Nagelsmann. There's talk of Tommy Tuchel. And obviously Poch. So there's four big managers. And I don't know if it's been confirmed, but I keep seeing things where Diego Simeone is even not saying to go to Spurs. Diego Simeone is apparently walking out of Madrid at the end of the season. So there's some super managers about. Nagelsmann versus Poch versus... I love Jurgen. Do you know what? I did like. I did. I think Jurgen Klopp was brilliant for the Premier League. My God, do you know what? Come on, let's have a look. I'm going to star it so I know where we are. People, if that was the 4, Spurs are about to bring in a manager. Obviously, this is just hearsay. If you had to give your list of preferences on that 4, what would your 4 be? I think Nagelsmann's number 1 for me. Then it'd be Ancelotti. Then it'd be between Poch and Klopp. Now, Klopp has done it all in England, hasn't he? But obviously the love for Poch. It'll definitely go Nagelsmann, Ancelotti. I'm going to go with my heart for that. Then Poch, then Klopp. But that is you go. Kudus has gone Klopp's hand down. We've got Nagelsmann from Mike. Eugene saying he can imagine Simeone ball. AK Skeggs has just gone Klopp. Mate, but again, Curly's hit the hammer. I've just lost. No, I haven't lost the star. This is the thing. I kept saying we could have Guardiola and Klopp at the club, and we would not be able to do anything with this team. My number, mate. I'm back in the same country and delighted to see Scott M is in the building. I hope you're good, brother, and I hope you're well and the family. Nagelsmann. I think I would love Nagelsmann. Just seen Brandon in the chat. Big up to you, Brandon. Oh, Daniel, all the way. We got the 4th Australian in that I know of. Big up, Daniel. Christian Gross. Jesus Christ. So Arsenal, when they bought in Arsene Wenger, we got rid of Jerry Francis. Said, yeah, you know what? Let's go down this unknown manager model type. Arsenal go and get Wenger. We go and get Christian Gross. Dear Lord. Dear Lord. Do you know what? Let's have a... Tell you something I do want to talk about. And again, guys, if you want to talk about anything, just bring the subjects up. We will talk. If you have any questions for me, whether it be Spurs related or not, put it in. As you know, there's no set structure with this show. It's just a good coming together community and having some fun. I am, mate. I got back Thursday evening. And delighted to be back home. I have missed my wife so goddamn much. As I say a lot, my nephews and my niece are my oxygen, and my wife is my heartbeat, and I need to be near either of them. And if I'm nowhere near them or not in the same country as any of them, then I cease to exist. And I've just seen someone in here. God knows why he is up so early or staying up so late. My brother, the Hotspur Hood. What's up, Danny, brother? Unless it's Ben, but I'm sure that'll be Dan. It is Dan. I can tell he's a mod. It is Dan. Dan, I hope you're good, brother. I hope you're good and well, my man. And Beth. So yeah, let's see. Okay, wait. I've just had from Mike. NFL, yeah. So just let me know about NFL headquarters in New York. Yeah, I plan to hit a load of things. We'll talk about the international protests later on in the show. Let's have some fun, because the protest yesterday was just, I don't even know what word to say for it. When I was talking to Ben when I was on We Are Tottenham TV, he goes, I was trying to find where the protest was, couldn't find it. It's crazy. That's why I want to do the internationals, because I know for a fact, I kept saying to people, if the Canadians, Americans, Australians, South Americans, and all others around the world could get to Tottenham like that, like if we all had free flights for one day, thousands of international fans would turn up outside Tottenham. Thousands. Yet there's 62,000 in that stadium. And they all talk a good game during the week in YouTube chats, social media, talk sport. Yeah, change. We need change. Land is crap. This one's crap. Gets to the game, and they do fuck all. And I'm talking about the ones that say they want change, not the ones that go, no, I'm not with it. I just don't understand where we are. Oh, mate, do you know what, AK? Do you know what? It's amazing. Do you know what? One of the things you're definitely not all dickheads. You're definitely not all dickheads. But until I married Alana and moved out here, I couldn't tell Canadian American accent apart or whatever. But what does surprise me is obviously we share a border, but as a whole, the two countries are so completely different in so many ways. You are not all dickheads, for damn sure. I've got so many American friends, man. I want to do next season, please God, where me and my wife will go to America for a few long weekends. But I'm going to try and go to a different part to go and watch it with New York Spurs, with Philadelphia Spurs, Seattle Spurs. I want to do so much. And if anyone's coming over to Toronto, you're always welcome at the Yard during the season. Jonathan, yeah, exactly. The sad thing about it, Jonathan, is we said to we were after Semenyo in the summer, and he said, "I don't want to come to Tottenham." And fair play, don't want to come. He don't want to come. But then we went for him again this window. It's like, no, I don't want to come. At least we tried. We inquired. Let's have a look. Oh, Jonathan, thank you, buddy. Yeah, well, listen, the only family I have out here is my wife and mother-in-law. Every single other part of my family is back home in London. But like I said, the wife is the number one thing. I love doing all the stuff I do. We are Tottenham TV. They literally are family to me. We are tighter than tight. Me and Ben are as thick as thieves. Very close with Simeon as well, but me and Ben are just crazy when we're together. And I love going on that channel. That channel, I always say, We Are Tottenham TV will get a lot of hate, a lot of whatever. What they have done for people like myself and other YouTube people, because you've got to remember, a lot of them all start building their channel up and go on We Are Tottenham TV to get their voices out there, to get their face known or whatever. We Are Tottenham TV will help me with anything and everything I need YouTube-wide and on. They're just incredible people. What's KPV saying? Oh dear. Let's have a look. And Amy, yeah, do you know what? He's so fast. They've both got such speed versions. I like Alakush. I didn't know a lot about him in the summer when we were going from Kamar. But then, do you know what? When it came to seeing him play against us, no, that's the great barometer. I like the look of Alakush. I really, really do. But I also love, I can never say his first name, but Ndai from Everton. I think he can be terrific at us. Obviously, there are better players out there, but there are so many people we could have got. Let's have a look. What's going to say? Yes and no. Good time because I'm awake, but I'm 2 hours behind Brian, so I've lots of stuff. Yeah, exactly. Well, Scott's always lurking and about and available, and he is someone, obviously being on the time zone, that is always, if I'm having guests on, is more than likely to come on because of the time zone. Let's see, where else are we? I'll look at him going USA. Eugene, how are we, brother? Oh, mate, do you know what? Cuti Romero, I salute you. Has everyone seen? Surely everyone in here has seen. Everyone has seen Cuti's comments, and I have just seen someone in the chat. I'm going to say a very special hello to him because I don't normally see him here. I see him in chats, I've seen him on streams. Milton, how are you, buddy? I hope you're good and well. I really hope you're good and well. It's good to see you in here. Now, do you know what? You've mentioned this. And I've had this. My God, look how thin my hair is. Jesus Christ. This is why I'm a skinhead, people. Levy, the only difference I think would have happened if Levy was here is Frank might have been sacked. That's the only difference, because even with the recruitment, if you look at it, Simeon was saying today, you know what, a couple of years ago we got Werner and Dragusin in one window. I wasn't saying that they were great signings or anything, but at least we signed some players. I was like, well, we signed Werner, and let's not say anything about him. But then we signed Dragusin, who was the complete wrong profile of defender for Ange's type of football. So we brought it in. And it just, mate, but like I said, it's good to see you in here, Milton. I hope you and your family are good and well, buddy. Let's see. I'll tell you, I still want to go to Flannery's. The Scotland Yard is a massive, obviously here, it's a massive beacon for the international Spurs community and official supporters, official supporters club. But Flannery's is massive. There are a few massive. So I've got so many people that have said, if you come to this part of America, you got to come during the season. Flannery is very, very, very high up on the list. I do want to do a world tour, mate. Oh, mate, look at it. Look at it. It's like I've got alopecia in the top of my... Look at it. Oh, my God. Oh, actually, this is what supporting Spurs does to you. This is what it's like. World Tour USA is easy for me. Australia, do you know what? I don't mean this bad to Australians. I can't step foot in Australia, and the only reason I can't step foot in it, it's going to sound silly because I know they're not everywhere. I have the most irrational phobia of snakes you'll ever see. Like if there was a snake in this building, I would leave this building immediately and never. I'm talking. I would go sleep outside in -27. I know that snakes aren't everywhere, but Australia is known for it. I would love to do Australia, but I think what I would say to my friends in Australia is, I'll meet you in New Zealand. Come and see me in New Zealand. It's just honestly, and the flight time. If I'm going to Australia, I'd need to do first class with Alana, and that's going to be one bitch of an expense. Nah, mate, a turkey for the hair done. No, I've got to the age. The only reason I've got hair right now is my mother, God bless her. I'm 47 in a few months, and my mum goes nuts when I shave my hair, like especially if I'm at hers. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to shave it or whatever. And then when you come back here, you need this warmth. Now, as soon as the snow and the weather gets better, off it goes. Off it goes. I'm not one with my receding hair. I'm definitely I'm definitely going to be doing that. But let's have a look. Where were we? Say what you want about Levy, but I like Vinay. He wasn't afraid. This, do you know what? This is the... I agree and I disagree here, Eugene, because if you remember the video or the thing he did with Gary Neville beforehand, when he said it all, he knew how to make a tough decision, but look how many of the wrong tough decisions he made when it came to paying that bit extra for a transfer or the players that have gone. I do think if Levy was here, Frank would have been a dead man walking, and it would have happened. But yeah, Vinay has just awful. Let's have a look, Milton, brother. Not being biased, as I'm an Aussie/Portuguese, but I really wish Ange got season 3, because under Thomas Frank, the only thing I will say is VDV has gone up another level, because a lot of people are saying with VDV, is it just going to be his pace that got him out of his trouble? I think Van der Ven has improved. I really, really do. What I will say, Milton, and you've seen me on YouTube long enough. I became very anti-Ange by the end, which was the first manager I ever turned on, and I hated turning on a manager because it's something I haven't done. The league success warranted the sack. Whether it was injuries or not, Tottenham Hotspur should not be, even where we are now, it's not good enough. But when he won the cup, I say to this day, any manager or any player, apart from Sol Campbell, that wins a trophy at this football club is a legend to me. And I include George Graham in that. Apart from Sol, they are all legends. And as Postecoglou, I would always say he is a legend. He is a legend of this football club. Take away the injuries, the league form, everything. He did what Conte couldn't, Poch couldn't, and so many blah blah blah. And when he did win it, I kind of was like, I think he should go. But if he does start the season, if we keep saying that Poch deserved a blank checkbook and to be able to spend money, well, the guy won a trophy for us, and if he was able to start it, I'd have been like, listen, I don't agree with it, but he's definitely warranted it. It hasn't worked. But then I will say as well, and again, Ange had to suffer with it with injuries as well. If he had a Solanke, a Maddison, a Kulu or whatever, not saying we'd be a million times different, but we never know what would have been. But I listen. I could, Milton. You'll see. I had a nuclear meltdown on We Are Tottenham TV. One of my many. Was it the West Ham game that I was with Sim? And I went for who I call the Ange Postecoglou cult. And I don't mean you, Milton. And I don't mean all Australians like my good man David will know and whatnot. But the divide that has come through. I see fans that now follow managers and what. And that's how you support. That's how you support. But it's been a big issue. It's been a big issue. But we'll never get season 3, so we'll never know. Big up to you, Bryson, buddy. Big up to you, buddy. I hope you're good. We still need to catch up, geezer. The 5th Australian that I know of in the house. Oh, no, I can't remember now. Was Milton the 5th or the 6th? Oh, who knows? There's a few Australians in here, which is great to see. Am I planning to go to World Cup matches in Toronto? I'm in a very fortunate situation. I might not be going to the ones in Toronto. I would have been if England had been here. When I was seen the World Cup draw done and I saw England could potentially be in Toronto for 2 games, I was getting very excited. Not just for the games, but to have the English over here, like staying here. Then obviously we're not. So I don't know if I'll go to any matches, but what I will say, I'm planning to do a lot of content around the World Cup and around World Cup fever around Toronto. So down by the harbour front, around the ground, Scotland, there'll be a lot of content from the World Cup. But the great thing is, I could be going to the World Cup final corporate, no matter who's there, through one of my best mates outside of Spurs and everything, whose sister is a very, 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 very high-powered lawyer in America. Basically, she's the American Olympic team lawyer, head counsel. She is head of the FIFA World Cup legal team. When Michael Jackson was in America, in England for the concert where he passed away, she was going to be his lawyer. So there's a very, very good chance. There's more to put it this way. There's more chance of me going to the World Cup final corporate than a game in Toronto. So yeah, we shall see with that. Now, I mean, like I said, Van der Ven has. I think Van der Ven has. A lot of players have stagnated, agreed, but I don't know if people feel the same to me. But I think Van der Ven has gone up the levels. I agree, Ari Levy sacking Frank, but then he did stick with Ange last season. I'm still behind Frank, to be honest. I think the injuries and having to... Mate, this is the thing. I just don't understand what Frank's saying after games. That's what's lost me. We had the we've had the dire football. Don't get me wrong, the football hasn't been great, especially first halves. But I think if he had the Solankis, whatever, from the beginning, if there could have been a lot of differences, and I really thought he was going to change a lot, and he hasn't. If someone was to start to purchase billboards, scarves, banners for protests, mate, that's not a bad idea. Do you know what, people? Let's scan through this, then we can start talking about that. Brian, literally, we don't see snake. Yeah. You say it's very, very rare. That very, very rare. You'd need about another 15 veries before I even start to feel a little bit more confident. I can't watch them on TV. I can't look at them if I'm reading a magazine or that. If we're watching a show and somewhere out the blue a snake, I have to go like that, and Ilana has to tell me when they're gone. I can't do it. Oh yeah, mate, that's your winter, man. I'm a summertime person. Spiders, AK, I'm fine with them. And when I say I'm fine with them, I'm not saying, oh yeah, I'd love to have them be in the same room as a huntsman. But put it this way, where we're living in England, my best mate that I was just talking about, who's got the sister as a lawyer, we went for a walk. We went for a walk down this canal, river kind of stream in this lovely country field and everything in just outside London. And as we were walking down, he said, "Oh my God, look, Brian, there's a snake." And it really looked like the snake. I jumped into the canal, fully dressed, phone on. It's so irrational. Jimmy Smith, big up to you, buddy. Mate, 3 o'clock in the UK. How are you, Jimmy? Spurs won't let me sleep. It seems like I've been asleep. Mate, do you know what? Deadline day today. I had the best deadline day. Thankfully, I've got my IPTV. Was going to do the stream last night, but I just could not do it. Didn't have the stamina, the energy. I put Sky Sports News on at 9 p.m. in bed. Oh no, I came to the living room just to watch Sky Sports News. I think I watched 45 minutes. I was so bored of the coverage. I was like, yeah, good night. And all day today, until I went on to We Are Tottenham TV this afternoon, I think an hour before the window closed, I've spent the whole day when I've been awake watching Suits for probably the 300th time. I have changed. You'll hardly see me on YouTube during the day now on the channels back home. You'll see me when We Are Tottenham TV come calling or after matches. But I've got... Do you remember when Thomas Frank said, "Do you know what? I've got... When we have a win... After a game, he goes, I give myself 24 hours to either celebrate and enjoy the win or to be pissed off or whatever. Then I move on. It's the next game." I'm basically doing that with Spurs and content right now, apart from when I'm doing the show with you guys on Late Night Lilywhite, where on match day, I'll be active on social media or watching content. The day after, I'll watch content, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, nope, I'm not watching anything for the rest of the week because it's just been so miserable. I don't listen to any press conferences from the club. I will listen to the Vinay and Lange apology video, just so I can rip the piss out of it straight after. When I watch Match of the Day, and it does Spurs, if we've lost or drawn the game, I will fast forward the match, fast forward the Thomas Frank bits, and then watch what the pundits say. I have been so much more relaxed with it now because it was taking over my life. And it was affecting me, and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing this again. Mate, oh, Jesus Christ. 4 meters. 4 meters. Oh, Jesus Christ. Wait, let me just look at me. Yeah, Coon is just, well, thanks, Milton. Yeah, mate, honestly. I saw this thing about a snake. I couldn't watch the video, but I heard it. Don't think it was Australia. I think it was can't remember where it was, but there was a certain snake. I don't know if it is in Australia. I don't think it was. Where if it bites you, these people say you don't try and find a hospital or try and get help and get to a hospital, whatever. It says if this snake bites you, you just try to admire where you are, whether it be in a rainfall, wherever it may have been, because you're dead. You're basically done. I'll try to remember the name of the snake if I see it again. But I was like, it's my dad years ago. I was so ill and hallucinating. My dad literally saved my life because I'd opened my bedroom window and the windows open outwards back over my bedroom. I was hallucinating so bad that I thought my room was full of snakes, and I'd literally got out the window. And like when you're sitting on the pool and you go to do a dive, I was literally like that, and then my dad grabbed me in. So yeah, snakes and me just don't get along. You could offer me £3 million to be in the room with a snake for 10 seconds, and I'll say, go fuck yourself. It's an irrational fear, and I will not. I just can't. Let's stop talking about snakes. How do you even say it? Right? I'm going to try and say where you live, Milton. I live in Wollongong, if I said it right, New South Wales. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Although I must say, when I used to watch, when I was back home, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Obviously, again, I had to turn away from the snakes and whatnot. But I love the Versace hotel that they always show and stay at every year. So I would want to go there and stay in that hotel. But I would need to be first class all the way because it is a hell of a long flight. Levy made the bit. He did. KPV, brother. Moussa Dembele wanted to go because his legs were going. So he should have stayed till the Champions League final. That was the mistake was. He's made a lot more mistakes, trust me. I don't think he is, Jonathan. I think he stays one more year. I really, really do think he stays one more year. And then he'll go. Unless there's drastic change. Although, Romero, I think he's enjoyed. I think now, and like we said before, we didn't even touch on it. Fair play to Romero for coming out again and saying what he said. And I saw a load of people tweeting, going, do you know what? He may not be having his best season or inconsistent, but he's saying exactly what we want to hear. But I actually think he's engineering a move away. I think Romero's going this summer because I think he's going to say, right, I've been here, what? He came the season of Nuno, didn't he? So he came 2019. No. 2019? 20? Whatever it was. 18? Well, whatever it was. No, we were in the Champions League 2019, and that was Poch. 2020, Jose. So 21-22. Yeah, he'll be gone soon. I think it'll be him. I plan a trip later. DJ Paul, big up to you. I'm planning a trip to London later this year. For sure. Definitely Toronto if I don't go. Mate, if you're coming to Toronto, I don't know if you follow me on social media or anything, but if you know you definitely come, I'll whack my email in. We'll get in contact and come to Scotland Yard. Come to the Scotland Yard. Agree, but that's talking about the Levy thing. God, I'm behind in the comments again. But at least he has the balls to do something for better or worse. Yeah, no, listen, that you're right there. You're right. Scott M being Eric, I don't. I think Liverpool at the moment are probably seen as the Van Dijk replacement. I think if he goes anywhere, he might go to Spain. I think he's that good. One of the big Spanish clubs will be there. Who's the mole leaking our first team squad? Mate, who knows with this football club? Who knows? It's probably Levy's brother-in-law that's still around the first team all the time. whether people are behind Frank or not, he will be given the. This is a real difficult one, dog. Because you look at this now. Remember who this month we have got the month from hell. If put it this way, if we don't win in the Premier League this month, and we go 2 months, and still not winning a game in 2026. When was our last victory in the league? I can't even believe I'm saying that. I'm actually going to Spurs fixtures. When was our actual last win in the Premier League? Let's have a look. Man City, Dortmund. I'm sure people will put it in the chat now, but oh, Crystal Palace. Okay, not as long as I thought. Okay, what was it before Crystal Palace? Brentford. So that's December. Our last win was before Christmas. That is shambolic. Thank you very much, Mike. Who's just WhatsApped me it. It's insane. I think if we don't win again this month, yes, we've got tough opposition, and we've got no divine right to win any of those games. But I think he could be in trouble. And if we're still teetering around the relegation, and it gets a lot closer than what it is now, the Champions League will be what's keeping him. I don't see us. We won the Europa League with Ange last season. We were favourites from the get-go. So it didn't matter how bad the league was, because the teams we were playing, we should be able to beat them, and we're the favourites. It's very different here now. It's very, very different. Let's see what else we got. Kudos. To be fair, I think VDV he has. You can say he's been brand protected by what? Paulinia, yes. Bentancur, no. I will say his goal scoring has improved. His positioning has improved. One of the things that he has got fantastically, or he's off the charts better than he was last season, was the timing of his sliding tackles without using his pace. He has improved. I mean, like I said, that's what I see. Doesn't mean you all see it. Everyone's got their own opinion, which they're more than welcome to, and they have the right to. Mate, do you know what? Mate, I wanted him over Solanke. That season. He just doesn't look right. He doesn't look right. Yep. Where are we? How many players started? Mate, I actually don't know, but obviously he starts his job good on Parassi, didn't he? He really helped this window, didn't he? Who's in the Premier League? Mate, do you know what? I have enjoyed watching Aston Villa. I have enjoyed watching Aston Villa. Bournemouth, when they're playing well, play well. But like a lot of people say, it has become so. If you go back now and look at the Premiership, late 90s, early 2000s, or probably up to 2011, 12, the football was incredible. It was the best league in the world. It was incredible. Now it's so tactical. It's gone to like Serie A levels where it's just, not saying ultra defensive, but you know what I mean? It's become very, the long throws, the set pieces, it's so different. Do you know what? There are bits you can see the second halves, and I will say Xavi is getting better with every single game. And I think what a lot of people, and I've said it so many times when I saw him live, his work rate for the team, his defensive duties for a number 10 is incredible, and his weight of pass for the for Solanke's first own goal, whatever you want to call it, was incredible. I'm loving what we've seen from Xavi recently. Milton, brother, of course you can ask me a quick question. You can ask me as many questions as you want, brother. What would happen if Arsenal win the league and Champions League? Oh my good God. Oh my good God. Jeez. Mate, put it this way, if Arsenal did the double of the Champions League and the league, it'll be unbearable. Like, unbearable. But if we got relegated, the UK fan base, obviously they go nuts, Milton. They would go nuts. But then you'd think, okay, now you want to protest? I am so disillusioned by what is going on when you hear so much. And Milton, you go on a good few YouTube channels, or I've seen you in the comments. You'd think people would start acting. People remember when I was doing the protests, when I was outside the training ground, when I was outside the Spurs shop, we didn't have this media coverage that Change for Spurs have done brilliantly with. Brilliantly. But we were always there, whether it be 10 of us, 100 of us, whatever. But you hear it so many times that, oh, I'm going to go to these protests. There would be anarchy. And all I would say is I'll be very lucky and very happy that if this was to happen this season, that, sorry for yawning, guys, I am getting back into the time zone. I hate jet lag. I hate jet lag when I come home. But yeah, Milton, mate, it would go nuts. It would go nuts. But like I said, I'm planning to get international fans. Scott, I can see you're still in the chat. I think you're the only Canadian, if I remember, that's in here. Are there like head offices or HQs and a lot of Nike stores, like big stores? I don't just mean like a Foot Locker where they sell Nike. Do we have a lot of them in Canada? Because I'm really, really, really... Anyone who wants... Actually, I keep forgetting. I'm going to put my email in now. A lot of people did respond to me last time, but I ain't messing about with this anymore. So, if anyone... What I want to do is... We will go back to the comments. I just want to make sure I get this out. My email is now... My personal email is in the chat. I want to set up these protests. I want to try and get some of them this season. I know Eugene's in. I always get this wrong. It's near San Francisco. San Diego. I want people to let me know where they are. I want to try and get a team to kind of spearhead this, so to speak, get representatives from each state or whatever. Then have meetings and get kind of the message across properly. There's a lot I want to do differently to what we've done in the past, and I literally want to really heavily focus on this, because I know for a fact the Americans will go out and protest. I know for a fact the Canadians will go out and protest. I know for a fact if we get the Far East, and people will know where AI is. The Australians, I don't know how big the NFL is over there, like it's massive in the UK and whatever. I really, really, really... There's so many international fans that want to do a part. They go, I can retweet everything, I can do everything, but what can I do physically? And obviously one of the main things people say, well, I know it's a bit far, but can you get to a protest and get there? And obviously the financial aspect of it is so difficult in this day and age. So we're going to try everything. So if anyone does want to be a part of it, I'll then probably create, if you guys are comfortable with it, create a WhatsApp group. And then we'll just start bouncing ideas off each other and getting the right message across. I want to do this properly. I want to do this so properly and professionally that this comes off really, really well. So we'll see. Let's get back to... we were so poor in the league. It was like Moses parting the Red Sea. That was our defence for the first goal, Gary. By the way, Gary, it was you that said you moved to Toronto, wasn't it? Put another message in, because I might have skimmed past it. And let me know if you've been to the Scotland Yard or you plan to, because it'd be great to meet you. Mate, this is the thing. It was the whole Ange thing. The first 10 games were a joy to see. Were a joy to behold. But what I don't like about this, and I don't mean to offend anyone that is an Ange fan here, is I've never seen it so bad that when a manager has left, yes, he won a trophy, and like I said, he deserves massive, massive respect for that, in my opinion. is he's gone. It's done. It's done. It's done. Obviously, we always go on about Poch, but that's because what he was, the football we were playing and everything that was going on. And it got to the point where there's such a divide now. There is such a divide and such. I've never seen it like this because of, not saying it's because of ours, but the split is just crazy. Let's have a look. Where else are we? We'll win the Champions League. All right, KPV. Listen, I'd love the look. Who are we to say we wouldn't win it? We were shit in the league last year. We won Europa. Obviously, the difference in class between the Europa League and the Champions League is night and day. But can you believe, with everything we've gone through this season, we're the only team in the Champions League not to concede a goal at home? And yes, we've had easy teams, but that's still some stat. And Vicario has kept the most clean sheets. We're such a weird team. You're going to be supporting them. Oh, wait a minute. When you said you bought an England jersey, I read that as a New England Patriots jersey. I want to get a player number on the shirt, but can't decide. Who would I get? Do you know what? I'm going to do it on people. Wow, Harry Kane. Let's go easy. But if I had to take someone else apart from Harry Kane, who I think is a definite cert, that's a great question, Jonathan. That is a great question. Who would I get? I'm going to come back to that. That's a thinker. That is a thinker. Milton, what's Milton got to say? I think Kuchi. Yeah, I think I don't think we have a season where we let them both go in the same window. Yes, Vuskovic who might be staying in Hamburg, is somewhere to look forward to. But there will be chaos. There will be chaos. By the way, I have no hopes of only young guns. You left someone out there, Kamal. You left someone out there. Only young gun. Yang is doing well. Yang was having a good loan at Portsmouth. There's certain things I've seen from Yang that I've enjoyed. Not saying he's the be all and end all at all. And obviously he's playing at a championship level. Mikey Moore. Oh my God. Sorry guys, I will be back to normal real soon. Mikey is doing very well in Rangers now. Bergval agreed. Archie, I'll be careful what I say with Scott here. Yeah, I think, and I feel sorry for Archie Gray again this season, just being moved from pillar to post. Tell an Odebear looks much better on the right. In all honesty, I would have brought Alfie Devine home. I'd be starting Alfie Devine in this midfield as the ball playing midfielder, and people will know that watch this channel. I have been a massive fan of Alfie Devine since we signed him. When we signed him as a 16-year-old. I think Alfie Devine is a superstar in the making. And if he leaves Tottenham this summer, should we sell him? Then I reckon whoever it may be, he'll be at a Big Six Premier League club within 3 years. He's that good. Let's have a look. Let's go where under Frank, our best game was, mate. Yeah, Joe, we played very well there. I think obviously completely worlds apart. The home game with Brentford, yes, people can say it was Brentford, they were poor, but we just attacked. We were rampant for 90 minutes. So I like the Brentford game. I think we did very well against Dortmund. Let's have a look. Eugene, who we were doing to Frank or not to Frank, and he was right at the moment. I can't. Eugene was right. I was wrong. Oh my God. You know, I said 2-3 hours. We might not be doing that, people, and I really do apologise, but we're still going for a while. Main issue with Frank is on the defensive end, since that's our best unit, but we're as bad as last season. Yeah, but do you know what, Eugene? You're completely right here, but whereas Ange was gutted with defence, he's been gutted with attackers. Now, before people then say, what about Kudus? What about Simmons? You're right. You're right. But I'm talking about players like your Madisons and Kudus, and could have said Sonnies that have been at the club for a year or at least a couple of years. I think I think within a couple of years, Simmons is going to be electric. He's going to be incredible. Vuskovic, mate, this guy is just going from strength to strength. Jonathan, amazing. Jonathan, I put my email in. Send me an email, or if we got each other in WhatsApp, because I want to get people on board. But then also I want to, if we can find, let's say wherever you are in the States, Jonathan, you've got a Nike HQ, NFL HQ, Tavistock if you're in Miami. I also want to try and get, wouldn't it be brilliant if we could get a load of ENIC out banners in the World Cup stadiums and just get the cameras on them just to show that this is going worldwide. I'd love to try and get them into basketball matches, the banners and baseball. I'd love to see if anyone is interested, please respond to me on my email that's at the bottom or rising up the chat, or reach out to me on WhatsApp, because I want to do this like not just, oh, there's one in San Francisco. Okay, let's do it. Organized in military fashion. So we'll see where we go. Let's have a look. What else we got? Swifty is reminding everyone that you can become. Swifty does some great advertising for the channels. Please do, if you get a chance, smash the like if you haven't. Just because the more likes you do, we'll try and grow this channel. And you lot that are in here now are like the base, the scaffolding of Late Night Lilywhite. So we're going to make this. This is your show, your channel, that we're going to have a lot of fun with. I would love Vuskovic, mate. Vuskovic could be whatever the hell he wants. That guy is a unit and a half, and fair play to him for going out on loan this summer, and it was his choice. Bloody hell! Yeah, I've seen some of them. They're mad. Do you know what? I love lizards. Lizards, Milton. I love. The only phobia I have is snakes. I would rather swim across the Everglades in America, where all the alligators are, with stakes strapped to me, rather than stroke a snake. Lizards are lovely. Lizards are lovely. A lot of my friends used to have lizards. No drama. Do you know what? Let's have a bit. Anyone else got any irrational phobias in here when we get away from Spurs talk? Any irrational phobias here? I will say once I went in, I had the best rejection when trying to chat up a girl. I must have been about 16 at the time, so it weren't like it was like a underage disco or whatever, but 16, maybe I was 17. Started chatting up this girl, and I asked if I could have her phone number. And this is when you had landlines. Mobiles weren't even the biggest thing. And she told me, no, I can't have her number because she's got a phobia of phones ringing. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm sure people do have that, but I'm 100% positive this woman didn't. And it was like, oh, yeah, fuck off, Bri. So, yeah, any mad phobias people have. Bryson, but you can come to Australia, I promise. Oh, Bryce, brother. We desperately need to have a catch up. Desperately. I hope the family are well as well, buddy. What else we got? Yeah, mate, this is the thing. As I said on We Are Tottenham TV, we keep going on about this crop of youngsters that are coming through. And now with Wilson, we got Wilson, Melia, and don't forget, we signed this Oliver Boast from Leeds as well. So, as we know as Spurs fans, remember we get told in a couple of years when these guys hit their peak and when they've settled, you watch, they'll all be generational, according to our fan base, very, very soon. They'll all be bloody-rational. Let's have a look. Social media and mental health are not symbiotic. Mate, do you know what? Jay, obviously I'm a massive advocate for mental health, and I'm going to be doing a lot more mental health things on the channel as well, and having charity streams, giving it to mental health organisations across England and Canada. I hardly use Facebook anymore. I used to be on Facebook non-stop. But then when I started getting involved with the channel, I don't know why I just did that. But when I started doing Twitter, because of the channels and promoting the shows, now I'm not off Twitter. And Twitter is a cesspit. You just got to know how to use it. But I've got a lot of friends that have done this and feel so much better for doing it. So much better. But I always love having my social media active because of people whose numbers I don't have home that I could connect with via it. So social media has done a lot of good in the world. Has done a lot of good. But it's done more bad than good. Fortunately, it's done a lot more bad than good. 1 second, let me just deal with dog is okay, Mr. Joshua. I thought so. So dog is Mr. Joshua. I know going forward now. And there he is. Big up, Mr. Joshua. Jesus. Honestly, I've just had goose. How? Mike, how? I would be out of that neighbourhood so quickly. That's the brown steak. That's the brown steak I was talking about. Fair play. Is it in Australia as well, Milton? Mate, no comment. No comment. Okay, what's KPV saying? Oh, he's done it again. There you go. Mate, you once gave me a £50 super chat for some reason, and I had to sing that because you donated a super chat. I remember that very, very well. Let's have a look. Would you stay in a room with a snake for 1 minute to get Spurs a flight to Budapest? Nope. Jimmy, I wouldn't stay in a room with a snake for £1 million, let alone anything Spurs related. I can't. People have said you can go get like hypnotists. I don't want to be cured of my fear of snakes. I never want to be cured of my fear of snakes. It all came from a harrowing moment at school. When you're in England, when you leave, I don't know if the way. So in England, you have infants, junior school, then you go to secondary school, which is high school. Now, when you leave primary school to go to your secondary school, your high school, all the schools have a end of year trip. And because it's your last year in that school, they make it a special one. And we went to a very famous zoo in England called Whipsnade Zoo. And all the schools from all the borough were doing it on the same day. And we went to the reptile show, and I would have been 11. And our animal show was the last show of the day at the zoo. So we went and all the kids from all the schools were there, and they brought out the lizards, they brought out, you name it, and the last one they brought out was a snake. And then single file, everyone's got, I think it must have been about 240 kids, maybe more. Everyone got to pet the snake and walk off. I was the very last person on the very last show of that day to stroke the snake. And the snake must have said, you know what? That's enough for today. Because as I was stroking it, it had been absolutely placid and fine. I went to give it a little stroke. It hissed, it coiled. Thankfully, it was all developed. It didn't bite me or anything, but the zookeepers had to restrain it. Ever since then, nah. I do not want it. I do not want it. I do not want my snake phobia ever to be taken away. I can't even look at, when kids have toys, like cuddlies, you know, like the beanie ones, not like the not slime ones, but you know the one, the realistic ones. But even if it's like a just a coiled snake, but it's the bean material, can't look at them. It is anything else, fine. Bungee jumping, you name it, anything I'll do. Snakes, nah. What else have we got here? Let's see what else we got. Next season, West Ham was like, mate, I would take Bowen all day long. All day long. I think his father-in-law will go absolutely mad and probably disown him. I would take Bowen all day long at Spurs. All day. Oh, look who's in my roomie. Deep in enemy territory. Deep in enemy territory. Bloody hell. It's now we call the Imperial Hotel. How close Russell, are there loads of snakes around there? Are there any? There must be loads of snakes around there. Right, let's go through a bit. Oh, I didn't even see. ENIC out from Ruby. Sorry, but I'm so far behind on the chat. Do you prefer, mate? That's a great question. Canada. Easy. Milton, bro. I'm very proud to be British. I love London, not as much as I used to. It will always be home for me, regardless. But I love when I'm here, like right here now, Milton. I miss my nephews and niece more than anything on the planet. By a million miles. I miss my family. I miss my very close friends. I miss Spurs, or being that close to Spurs. But that's it. I don't miss England, the country. I miss what's in it. When I'm over in England, I miss Canada. I miss Toronto. For the last few days before I came back, I get so homesick. I start watching. There's loads of shows that are filmed in Toronto. Loads and loads of stuff in movies are made into Toronto because obviously it's cheaper than doing it in New York or wherever they're planning to be because of the cost of closing down the roads and everything. I start watching all those movies and Suits and stuff just so I can see Toronto. Just so I don't do that now where I go, do you know what? Let me go and whack on XYZ show. So I miss this country. The quality of life a million times better. The people a million times more friendly. The only thing I hate here is the weather. No, the only thing I hate here is winter. And still to this day, I have lived here 8 years. I don't know what it's like in Australia for the Australians. When I don't know if you add tax, like when you go into a shop. If I go into the shop, and let's say I go into a clothes shop and I buy a T-shirt and it says £25 on the price tag, I go to the till, it's £25. Over here, they add the taxes on afterwards, and I just cannot get my head around it. And it does my nutting. It does my nutting. The season tourist. Oh, dearie me. Here come the jokes. Okay, now I know where we are because people are saying Palace. Yeah, I think he's going to Spain, buddy. Eugene, he's going to Spain, without a doubt. Whether it be Atletico, Real or Barca, he'll be there. Mate, do you know what? We say let's go get a win. If they beat us, that guy is one win away from getting his hair cut. We've done well at Old Trafford recently. I've been saying it wouldn't surprise me this month if we go unbeaten, just because that's what we should have done in January with the easy fixtures, and we didn't win. It would just be Spurs. I wouldn't be surprised if we went the whole month undefeated. This time of Super Pirate, big up to you, brother. Mate, if you ever want to come on the show when I start bringing guests on, Milton, you're more than welcome, geezer. You're more than welcome. This show will be on at least 3 times a week, especially after match days. No, mate, you got to remember, if he goes to one of the big Spanish teams, he'll be good. He'll be good. I think it's Spence. Do you really think so, Gary? Mate. Maybe you got a point there. I like your train of thought there. I love your train of thought there. Mate, that's not a bad shot. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that because I think you might be on something there. I'm not saying VDV hasn't improved performance wise, but he could always do this. He's just, yeah. I don't know about that because obviously he probably could, but he didn't do it at Tottenham under Ange. Whether that's because Ange was instructing him to and he wanted to go high up as he did because he could rely on Jan Van der Ven's pace. But yeah, I think Van der Ven has definitely improved under Thomas Frank. But it could be, like you said, six of one, half a dozen of the other. But I will give credit where I think it's due as much as I can. As much as I give criticism, I think Van der Ven has improved under Frank. But for me to say I think he's the only one shows how bad the squad has been, shows how bad his first part of his tenure has been. Where else are we? Romero is very frustrating. I'm also critical of VDV. Do you know what? I think he's actually got better in the air as well, Skeggs. I actually think he has. I mean, he's obviously scoring with headers a lot more. It is his weakness, but fair play. I can see it. Oh, mate, have people seen that? Obviously, you would have seen footballers get stopped and they get asked and they say, "Stay quiet," and only say something when a player is better than, let's say, Rooney or whatever. There's one where there's a guy in a motorbike hat and he's got a balloon and someone says, pop the balloon when you hear a name better than Gyökeres, and he pops the balloon immediately before a player has even been mentioned. He has been appalling. Mate, Jonathan, he is getting the Champions League. He's looked really, really good. Like, he's looked like the heartbeat, but he is now starting to show it. I think his weight of pass is sometimes a little bit to be desired, but he is starting to put in some very, very good performances. In Oz, Liverpool, yeah, mate, there's loads of Liverpool fans out in Australia. Loads and loads and loads and loads. I couldn't believe how many there were. Mate, do you know what? It has, but thankfully for us, we're not going to be dangerous. But yeah, the world's going mad, hasn't it? Russell, do you know what? When we did it, it's very hard to do. So when we did the training ground protest with me, Ryan Isaacs and Graham that started it, the season with Conte where we got Decky and Kulu, we started off with us three, literally three of us, and then we posted with there and people came. And I think on deadline day, which was meant to be massive, and people were meant to be coming down from all across the country, but then when we signed Kulusevski and Benzema, they're like, listen, they've done what they needed to do, blah. But I think the biggest we got outside the club shop was 300, which is not the best. But what used to annoy me is you had so many people that walked past us going, keep up the good work, people, keep it up. And we're like, do you want to stand with us and build it? No. And we didn't do any promotion or get the papers involved or the media because we just went about it, didn't even think the long term. But I know for a fact we could probably, if we all did this together and right, get a few thousand in certain places. I strongly believe it because I know the Americans will come out, the North Americans, sorry. I'm sure people in the fight. I think if this is done right, planned correctly and coordinated right, I think we can get some big numbers. I really, really do. Not saying it's going to be like 25,000 or anything like that, but better than what we have at home. Because you've got to remember, people like us, I use the States easy enough to use Eugene, because Eugene's 3 hours behind me. So he's 8 hours behind the UK. So when it comes to 12:30 kickoff, he is up at what did I say? He's up at 4:30 in the morning. I was like, why am I? This is the thing. I really think we can actually get some really, really good numbers in North America. Mate, Eze, he don't look. I mean, obviously, he had to score. I was at that game where he scored a hat trick. I stormed out as soon as he scored his hat trick. I was fuming. Can't get a game, but do you know what? I had a very dear friend to me that Eugene knows. He's in a group that I'm in with, Graham Hill. He was saying that we've got the better end of the deal with Eze and Simmons. Obviously, Eze is known in the Premier League, and Xavi's only been here a while, but I think Xavi is going to go on to be a far better player than Eze ever will be. It's just a case of if he does become that good, can we keep hold of him? Citrus Ball, big up to you, buddy. There you go. 1 second, I'm going to come to you. I didn't see the free beer bit. If there are places, honestly, even Australia, and I'm not too sure if there's NHL, that's hockey, NFL head offices. I don't know how big it is there. I'm sure there's Nike headquarters and everything. So everywhere there will be somewhere that can be got. I checked the MLS schedule for my local club here and was wondering if you think making the trip to DC for the DC. When is it? When is it? I've always said I want to go to Washington, the White House and all that. I want to go to Seattle for some reason. I've got a very good friend there, but I say for some reason, I'm obsessed with the show Frasier. Obsessed. I've done Las Vegas. And I'll tell you what, going to Las Vegas on a stag do, or what do they call it here, bachelor, stag do back home, bachelor's party, whatever it's called. Going to Las Vegas as a married, recovering cocaine addict and alcoholic was not the... Mate, honestly, I was basically the wingman for all the lads that were going out on the pool. If they found a load of English girls, called me over because obviously the English connection, and if they got talking and it was the British accent, that's what I did basically for a weekend. I've said to my wife, I will only ever go to Vegas ever again, only if I'm with her. I don't want to step foot in Vegas without her. It's a crazy place. But there are other places. I want to go to San Diego and see Eugene. I want to go to New Orleans just so I can see my beloved Saints probably lose. There's so many places I want to go to. So many places I want to go to. Where else are we? Let's have a look. Yeah, do you know what, Milton? With this, you're bang on the money, because when he did have the back four of Porro, obviously Romero, Van der Ven, and Destiny, he 100% had such a good win rate with that. He honestly did. But then we could say what would, and this is all hearsay, obviously. If Frank had, let's take Sonny out of the equation because he's left. But if he had Madison, Solanke, and Kulusevski fit all season, would we be as low down now as we are? But I do believe if he had a fit back four for season 2, the only way, obviously the first season where we didn't have European football, so it was just domestic, and we got 5th. Obviously last season was different because of Europe and the European games that came in. But I think if he had kept the back four for, let's say, 75% of the season, we would have been in the top 10. Easy. What's cool, I'll say? By the way, we blame Dad for the injury. Yeah, mate, listen. I think, do you know what? I think a lot of the think about it, you're right. You're bang on the money. You are absolutely right. The one thing is last season seemed to be a lot of hamstrings, didn't it? That was oh my god, the hamstrings. Then we heard at Celtic it happened and where he's been. This season, I mean, we talk about protesting and how I don't believe Frank deserves criticism and a lot of it, but it's another manager that's taken the flak for the dickheads upstairs. How the medical team, I don't even understand. You know, when you get doctors struck off from the medical association, how are our medical team still in a profession? How are Gary? You have been to the Scotland Yard, so you were in the Scotland Yard for that game. I was at Everton. The Chelsea game I did the watch along with Ben. The filth, I was with Ben at the game. I haven't been back after Arsenal. Oh, mate, do you know what? The annoying thing with James Black, buddy, he's a good friend of mine via just being streaming or whatever. When he was actually here last season as well, and he was there for the Liverpool game when Liverpool won the league. That was my last day in England before I flew home, so I missed him there. Then I went to the Wolves game when I was back in England when we drew 1-1 this season. And I was outside the bricklayers. And first of all, Michael Bridge from Sky Sports News walked past me. And he went, Brian. I went, yeah. He goes, aren't you going to be in Canada? I was like, no, I'm going to be here. I love Michael Bridge. He's a top guy, so got to chat to him. Then James Black walked past. I was like, oh, mate, I'm going to see you in a few weeks at the Arsenal game. I am going to see you because I'm going back to England Canada before it because my wisdom tooth was meant to be done. And obviously I wasn't. So James Black has come out to Toronto twice and I've been in England for both of them. Hopefully you're coming. Are you going to be about for the Newcastle game or the filth? Because when you're next in there, mate, come and find me. I'm there for every game. It'd be great to see you, mate. Honestly, it is such a great pub. And the Toronto Spurs family are incredible. Incredible. Mate, oh, look at that. Milton, don't start, mate. I start believing in this kind of shit. I honestly, when these things start happening, I'm like, oh my God, it's going to happen again. Now you're going to get that in my head, Milton. Now you're going to have that in my head. Let's see. Well, I'm cold shots in the building. Big up. I'll get Bergvall. Then I might Gallagher. Well, do you know what? Gallagher, the squad number Gallagher has got right now at Spurs is my lucky number, 22. Born and married on the 22nd of June. So 22 is a very special number to me. So Gallagher, I hope he has he left it too late to get into the England team? Probably. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Oh, mate, so do I. Anyone that's saying we don't need him I don't get it. I think he's brilliant. I honestly, I think him and Gallagher have helped get the best out of Xavi as well, and I think they will. What's Coldshot saying? If there was 100% chance of Poch coming back in the summer, would you? No, Coldshot, I don't know if you were here earlier. I'd rather Nagelsmann than Poch. I love Pochettino. Apart from when I got to watch Paul Gascoigne, apart from that, the best football I've ever seen as a Spurs fan was under this man. How he didn't get the backing, I would like to say I don't know, but it was Levy. I thought we should never have sacked him. I I also said I wouldn't want Daniel. I wouldn't want Poch back under any circumstances whilst Daniel Levy was in charge. Obviously, he left. I don't want. Put it this way: if Poch was coming, if Spurs, let's just say Spurs, ENIC sold this club from here till the end of the season, already for next season, I'd want Poch in immediately. The first appointment to be Poch, because that new owners are going to go, right, here you go, here's the money. I don't want Poch back with ENIC. We've just seen what we've had to go through. So if you said to me, if you changed Poch for Nagelsmann, absolutely, immediately. Poch, I love him. There is obviously unfinished business, but it's going back. It's romantic or whatever. I think he is coming back this summer. I think it's just written in the stars. But the thing they need to do for me is if they're bringing Poch back, they need to bring Paul Mitchell back. Because I'm under the impression, guys, let's see if you are. Let's see if you're under the impression as me. I wish that they did it, that when you appoint a manager, the manager brings in his director of football of his choice. Whether it be like Mitchell or someone that goes with them club to club, because then they know the style of player they want. Then they know the relationship that they've had with the manager and director of football. I hate it like when we've had managers and we've had lads and we've had this one and we've had that one. And then a new manager comes in that could play a different style of football, but this director of football still wants that player. So, for me, if Poch came back as well, I would demand, not that I'm Spurs to go, Brian demand, but maybe demand was the wrong word. I would want Paul Mitchell back with him without a doubt. Or how Alfie Devine, mate. Thankfully, through my IPTV, I have watched a lot of Preston this season. He has been fantastic. I have also spoken to, on my football app, and we all have our football score apps and all that, I have Tottenham always, and wherever Alfie Devine has gone, I add as a second team. But I've spoken to a lot of Preston fans via social media, via Twitter. And when they got Alfie Devine, they're like, how good is he, Spurs fans? And I said, listen, I'm very, very biased, but he's this. They love him at Preston. He's got the Brennan Johnson song that they sing to him. Alfie Devine, ole, ole. The kid is a star. And if people remember the first pre-season under Ange, was it first pre-season? No, second pre-season before. He was the best player. In all honesty, he was not the best player. He was one of the players of pre-season. This guy is a star. And I can't wait. I just hope he gets a chance in the first team. I really do. Yeah, this Odebear Russell, I think, looked like a different player on the right. Still not the right answer. Still needs to do better, but I think he looks a lot better on the right. A lot better on the right. Divine is 21. He'll be 22 on August the 1st. Not that I stalk him on his birthday or anything. I'm sure he'll be 22. Let me see. I'm sure he's 21 currently, going to be 22, or he's 22, going to be 23. Alfie Divine. He is 21. I was right. Yeah. He's 21. He's 21 currently. He'll be 22 in August the 1st. Honestly, he is incredible. People that have watched me for a long time, people like Scott Ems and whatever, will know how long I've waxed lyrical about Alfie, and Milton's even said it. Yeah. Mate, honestly, I will go into mourning, Milton. If we lose him, I will go into a state of mourning. And I'll tell you the reason why I've been in love with him, or one of the reasons. When we signed him from Wigan, My parents, one of their very, very close friends, their son was on the medical team for Wigan. And I used to speak with him quite a bit. Or sorry, not I didn't. They used to speak with my dad quite a bit. And they said when we signed Alfie Devine, they said this guy is a freak. Not just for his skills. They said, like, people all know, and so many football managers and teammates talk about James Milner, even at this age, at how fit he is. Just how fit he is, and all the running tests and everything. They're like, people say one of his nicknames growing up was Five Lungs, because he could just keep running and running and running and running and running. And then they're saying the talent of this kid is unbelievable. And when Jose Mourinho starts playing you at 16 years, was it 16 when he scored for Spurs? Yeah, I think he was. Against Mourinho, I think it was 16 and something. Yes, it was Marine and whatever. He needs to run in the team. But people were saying Jamie Donnelly, who is a great talent. But look what he's done. He can't even get in the Stoke team this year. Orient, he smashed it. It was brilliant. He was too good for League One. Alfie is special. Alfie is special. He is, mate. He is becoming more mature, because I agree with that. Mate, I'd love to be in attack. Oh, mate, I actually thought, I really thought today on deadline day, apart from the breaking news of the dreams being answered for the 18-year-old Hearts, I thought we were going to hear them say Spurs have signed a player, let's go. And then it would have been João Palhinha. It was like, oh, right, so you've just signed a player that's already there. Milton is coming in with some bangers of questions. If you can only sign two... Okay, when we do this, we've got to say realistic, isn't it? Because you can say Yamin Lamau and blah, blah, blah. Realistic. That is a great question. That is a phenomenal... Oof. I said, I don't know who, when I say I want another goalkeeper. I want another goalkeeper. How is it now that Spurs have a goalkeeper that's great at shot stopping on his day in Vicario, but shit with his feet, and Kinski, who is great with his feet, but not the best at shot stopping? I think the last decent goalkeeper we had that was good with both their feet and their hands was Paul Robinson. That's how bad or how far. And obviously the evolution of goalkeepers, when we had Lloris, when we signed him, it was a sweeper keeper. And he was the best at it by far. But yeah, goalkeeper, definitely. We need a winger. We need a winger desperately. Obviously, you got Kulusevski and Kudus next season on the right, so it goes back to being the left. But then Mikey Moore comes back. Oh, Milton, that is a back. Do you know what, Milton? I'm gonna think on this. I'm gonna have a think of this. And get back to you on that one, Milton. I am going to get back to you on that one. I think we all... Oh, mate, I think we all have an issue with that one. I think we all have a phobia of... mate, the worst thing is, over here, the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are like hockey is... Like, I can't describe to you how big hockey is here. It is on another level. The Maple Leafs haven't won it since 1967. They play in blue and white. People hate the owners. And there's so many comparisons to Tottenham. So where I am, it's just not meant to be. Ben's older, Milton. Ben is, I believe, 2 and a bit years older. But yeah, Ben is the older. I didn't even know until when Ben got married. I thought it was just Ben and Simeon. There's 5 of them. Ben's the eldest of the 5. But yeah, Ben's got 4 brothers and sisters, one of them obviously being Simeon. They're an incredible family. And do you know what? For anyone that saw him on YouTube or whatever, their grandpa, who was obviously very well known to the channel, I became very, very close with. Very, very close. We used to speak on the phone when I was here and he was there. One of the nicest guys you could ever wish to meet. Was a wonderful man. God bless him. Can't believe it's been a year now that he's gone. How quick time goes. But yeah, Grandpa was an incredible human. The Daniel families are just incredible. They're an incredible, incredible family. John, you're right, brother. You're right. I swear to God, the day they sell this football club, I would fly back. And I think Spurs should do another parade. Could you imagine how many people turn up for the parade that ENIC have gone? I think it'd be more than the 250,000 that turned up for the, or 225,000 that turned up for Europa. Milton, do you know how many times this question's been asked this month? No, I don't know. I've seen it on social media. I think his contract's up as well, isn't it, this year? I would want a higher caliber of player. He'd be great as a squad player. But I've been very, very impressed with him this season. Very impressed with him this season. Alpesh, big up to you, brother. You what, mate? You walked down the 7th and went to the pub, mate. Is that where the Alpesh? Is that where everyone was meant to meet? I didn't know if they all had arranged to meet at one pub or it's just walk up. But fair play to you, mate. Fair play. If I had been there, I would have walked down to 75th, regardless. Where else are we? Come on. Oh, we've got another question in. Oh. Levy is a snake. Put it this way. Would I be left in a room with a snake? No, I'd be going nuts and like literally going mental. Could I be left in a room with Levy? Yes, I could. Would Levy want to be left in? I think the question is, would Levy rather be left in a room with a poisonous snake or me? And I think he'd go for the poisonous snake. God, I can't believe we've spoken so much about snakes. And I brought it up most times. Another question. Get your questions in, people. Who would you take in your team? Oh, come on, you know the one thing I will say with Gyökeres is we've seen it before. I don't know if they've been so poor in their first season, but sometimes these players have a bad first season and then bang, the second season onwards, they are unstoppable. Let's just pray that doesn't happen. But if I had to choose now a Gyökeres or a Richie, I would choose a Richie. That's how bad we are at the moment, because Richie's got more goals. So yeah, I would say Richie. Mate, this is do you know what, Milton? This is something I have wanted to do all my life. Well, not all my life, obviously. I'd rather do this than a bungee jump. This is something I really, really, really want to do. Ilana's done it before we got married and before I knew her. I would love to do a skydive. I would love to do a skydive. Favorite movie set to mate, there's so many. But I will say I have a personal favorite, and you'll know why as I go through it. Has anyone seen that movie? And I'm going to start this, so I'm just going to go right down to the bottom. Has anyone seen that movie with Adam Sandler, Kevin James, the movie Pixels, where they play the cartoon, they get attacked by the computer game world and Kevin James plays the president? Has people seen that movie Pixels? Because if you've seen that movie Pixels, when you see when they're playing Centipede and they beat Centipede for the first time, they go have a massive booze up in the pub, and that pub is the Scotland Yard. That pub is the Scotland Yard. The Scotland Yard has been in so many things. That road that the Scotland Yard is on, Suits have been down that road. The Suit offices are filmed around the corner from the Scotland Yard. But the funniest thing with Suits, and I only realised it after moving here, is obviously it's set in New York and everything, but there's a couple of episodes where they're filming out on the streets of Toronto, and all of a sudden a Canada Post van, like a Royal Mail van or UPS or whatever you want to call it in the mail system, has just pulled up outside. So there's loads of things you see, but Suits is done. This season's Reacher, a lot of it's done in Toronto. So there is so much done in it. There's sometimes that I'm watching stuff with Alana, and then I realise that there are things. There are things where I see things. I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that Toronto? Union Station is used in a lot of things. So yeah, my favourite thing has to be Pixels, just because the Scotland Yard is in it. Oh my God, look who's here. Barbaric Disdain, my brother. Hope you are good. What are you doing awake at 4 a.m.? Mate. Oh my God. What is up, brother? We're speaking this week for sure. I'm sorry, I'm just going back up to where the star comment was, then I'll go back down. When Aaron got sacked, I wanted Sergio Conceição, San Francesco. Yeah, but Klopp, I think if Klopp goes anywhere, it's Real Madrid. Southeast Coins, big up to you. Brian will be visiting London from South Carolina as a graduation present to myself and getting my bachelor's. Congratulations to you on that, buddy. Right, okay, South Coins, right, where you go? Okay. Easiest thing for you to do. Easiest thing, mate, and make sure, I don't know, let me just go on to, I hope you're still in the chat, brother, because sometimes I'm so far behind the chat that I cannot, that I don't know if people are in there. So first of all, I'll show you. So for any international fan that's asking for tickets, first of all, I'm going to just scroll down to the bottom just to make sure Southeast Coins is still in here. Southeast, if you're in here still, just put in a yes, I'm here, or no, and then we'll go back to where we were. So if you are here, put in a yes. Actually, let me first of all share my screen as well. Share screen. Let's go on to Tottenham's website. Okay. First of all, now I've got that website. Now you can see that. Yes, you're still here. Fantastic. So South Carolina. Okay. So what you want to do now, I've got to remember where you go to this. Somewhere here, I've got to remember where it is. Not adult memberships. Blah, blah. Yeah, stop trying to say. Okay, memberships. Here we go. One Hotspur. You do need to have a One Hotspur membership. With what I'm going to say, so you need to have a One Hotspur membership. But what I want to show you mainly, and they'll be able to help you. Oh, where is it? Where is the international supporters clubs? Here we go. So if we go to supporters clubs, join a club. Join a club. Then we'll have Americas and Caribbean. Country, America. All right, let's go South Carolina. Or is it South Carolina or North Carolina? Let's have a look. They've got a North Carolina one, so that'll probably be the easiest one for you to join. If you go to North, it will show you. Let's have a look. North Carolina Spurs. Okay, now do they... Right. I don't know if you can see that, all the information there, buddy. and you go onto their website, which let's see if it takes you directly to North Carolina Spurs. Yep, so it will do. If you get a North Carolina Spurs, or if you see there, obviously I don't know with the size of Carolina, which is massive. I don't know if you have estates closer to you or wherever. But if you become a member here, or a member of an American official supporters club, and then you get a One Hotspur membership, which I think is normally 65 pound a year, but now it's half a season, it will be less. If you reach out to, like, for instance, Toronto Spurs, when you have a One Hotspur membership and a Toronto Spurs membership, as an official member of an official supporters club, all the supporters clubs, the registered supporters clubs from around the world, have a certain number of ticket allocations per match, just in case people are coming over. If you become a One Hotspur member and a Toronto Spurs member, and then you let know in advance, you can't just go, I'm in London next week, can you get me a ticket? They will send emails out saying the tickets are being released for this match, this match, this match. There is always a section, depending on the size of your fan club or supporters club you're with, that they will have tickets for you. And what happens is, let's just say for South Carolina, they have 30 tickets a game. Let's just say a number. They have a deadline to sell those. And if they haven't sold them, then they go on general sale or back to members or whatever. So that's one way of doing it. If you can do that. Check out North Carolina Spurs. Send a message. I think their Twitter's on there. Did it have? If we go back, let me go back to North Carolina Spurs. Let's have a look. Okay, their website's not as clear as ours. It's really not clear. Let me get Toronto Spurs' website up. So what we have here, let me show you the Toronto Spurs. Right, let me share the screen again. Let's show you our lovely. Let's come back here. So let me share my screen. Toronto Spurs. The wonderful, wonderful Toronto Spurs. So when we do our membership, we do it for not all. Some of them do free membership. We do $30 per year, but then you get entered to loads of prize draws for free. You get VIP. Sorry, you get to book tickets ahead of places at the yard, seats at the yard before they as a priority. All season long, and not just on match days, you get 20% off food. Priority booking, that's what I was trying to say. Beer specials every match, prize draws. We do a lot of stuff for charity as well. But if you have one of these and you have a One Hotspur membership, you get tickets, no problem. You get tickets, absolutely no problem. And there's the glorious pub. There's honestly the best pub ever. But that's what I would suggest to you, Southeast Coys. The most important thing, okay, so if you don't, mate, listen, completely understand that. What I would say, again, South Korea, do you follow me on social media anywhere? Well, actually, what I'm going to do again is, just in case you don't, I'm going to put my email right here. My personal email. Send me a message. Let's stay in contact. And oh, mate, if you follow me on Twitter, well, you've got just above that message you put. Send me a DM. We'll keep in contact. And is it just you that's going there? Or are you going with family or your partner or whatever? Leave it with if well, I'll try and sort you out a ticket, buddy. I've got a few people that should be able to help you out. Can't guarantee it, but if you want a guaranteed ticket, that's the way to do it. And for any other international fan around the world that's watching right now, always join your official supporters club. Okay, bring in your partner. Okay, cool. Send me a message, Southeast, and we'll get talking. And you said the Everton game, didn't you? Let's see what we can do for you. Most important thing is congratulations on what you're going over to celebrate. That's the most important thing. But as I say, for any fan, whether it be people like Milton and Kudus and everyone that's in Australia, whether it be wherever you are in the world, just join. And this will make it a lot easier. Obviously, like Southeast is saying, he doesn't want to give money to the club, which I totally understand. I personally, I've gone back. I went back into the stadium for the Wolves game and the Villa FA Cup game because Levy had gone. I'm back after this window. I refuse to go back into that stadium again until ENIC have gone, regardless of what they do moving forward. And I won't spend a single penny at the club again. It was a lovely 3 months where I was like, oh my God, I could actually maybe start spending money, but become a member of your local official supporters group. And then if you are going over to England and you do have a One Hotspur membership, don't worry about trying to get the tickets from what on the date that Spurs release them. Your official supporters club will get the option to get a ticket before they go out on sale on general public. So there you go. I'm giving you little, those super hints where you see around the house. Do this to make things easier. That is something you should do, buddy. That is what you should do. But where were we? Let's go back up a bit because we're talking about tickets. But yeah, I can't recommend becoming a member of the official supporters club. I'm hoping. I really want to get Scott M to the Scotland Yard. And do you know what? Just as I praised him and said I want to see him, I see him do this. He likes to. He knows. He knows I read this and get triggered. I have no Alfie Divine Blasphemy in here, apart from when Scott wants to do it. By the sounds of it. Well, we're going to do. We'll probably go. I said it probably won't be a long one. We've just gone over 2 hours. So people that watch this show know that this is normally what happens. Where were we? Oh, I've just seen another great question from Kamal. That's a great. I just want to go back up a bit because I saw some. That was a great question from Kamal. I have to say, Kamal and Milton have been bang on with their questions tonight. Bang on. Where was it? Do they tip in Canada? Yeah. Canada's like America. You tip everything. Everything you tip. That annoyed me in Canada. Oh, mate. Mate, do you know, I tell you the weird... It happened to me again this visit. So one of the great things about in Canada compared to back home, I don't know if they do this in Australia or whatever. When I go to the Scotland Yard as a recovered alcoholic, I tend to drink a lot of Coke or Sprite or whatever, unless I fancy the odd alcohol-free beer. But over here, you go into a pub, they're all refillable. So you have one Coke, you can stay there and have 10 for the price of one. In England, you have 10 Cokes, you pay for 10 Cokes. And the same with coffee at diners and cafes, whatever. And every time I go back to England, I have a fry up, the biggest fry up you can imagine, biggest English breakfast. And I normally have about 6 or 7 coffees because of the jet lag or the not jet lag, but tiredness from getting back home. And then I get my bill and they're like, that'll be 28 quid or something. And I'm like, we talking about 28 quid. How's it that expensive? They're like, well, you had a fry up, blah, blah, blah. And then they go, well, you had about 8 coffees. And I'm like, yeah, and they're like, you had 8 coffees. And then it dawns on me that I'm back home. And I'm like, I've got to pay for 8 coffees, haven't I? And they go, well, obviously you had 8. And I'm like, well, I can have 8 in Canada and pay for 1. Do it every single time. Oh, mate, Mike, we have to. We have to. Oh, mate, do you know what? The amount of times, Milton, the amount of goddamn times I go into clothing stores and I'm looking at the price tags. Let's say I've got $250 I've got to spend on new clothes. I look at those things, and it'll be, let's just say, either bang on 250 or just under. And then they'll go to me, that's $286. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then it's obviously the taxed. Oh, Milton, mate, mate, you're the same as me. You are the same as me. I won't use a red pen. My dad, it all came from my dad. I'll tell you, my dad has drilled 2 things into me. One is don't wear anything red. My dad once, you know, you get a courtesy car because you've either been in a car crash or your car goes in for a service. Well, my dad went in for a car, his car went in for a service, and they came to get the car, and they said, we couldn't get the courtesy car outside the house because it was busy road or car park. There's no car parking space, and we don't have a driveway, so they just park outside the house. And they said, my dad said, which one was it? And he goes, look over the road, see that one there, that red one? And my dad was like, you've given me a red car. And they're like, yeah. And he goes, well, you can take that fucking back. He will not drive a red car. But the one thing my dad does, and I do it with my nephews now, my dad always used to take us into London, me and my sister, in the summer holidays and take us to all the sightseeing places. On my train line back home, the Piccadilly line, the 9th stop on my line is Arsenal Station. And my dad always used to say this when we went through Arsenal Station. He goes, right, the next station is Arsenal. Remember, when the doors start to open, you have to take a deep breath in and you can't breathe out until the doors close because we're at Arsenal and you might catch ill from all the fumes and crap that's around this football team. And to this day, as a 47-year-old man almost, as soon as the doors open up at Arsenal, deep breath in, and all the way until those doors close. But, buddy, you are, mate, listen, this time zone, if this works for you, Milton, we'll definitely sort something out real soon, buddy. We'll definitely get you on the show. It'll be great to actually speak with you. It'll be wicked, brother. Yeah, mate, honestly, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. It really is. Look at our top goal scorer. Exactly. Maybe, do you know what? Come on. Based on that, maybe we need to start playing Mawani in defence. Maybe he's going to be like a quality defender. And there's that question. There best not be, first of all, Jonathan. There best not be. Mate, flop of the season. Jesus Christ. Take your goddamn pick. Flop of the season. Mawani. Only because of his returns in the Premier League. I can't. I'd probably say Mawani. I probably would say Mawani. And that's going to... Oh, there's one. There you are. There we are. Total Sports Photography. How are you, buddy? I haven't seen you for a little while. Obviously, the channel's been up and running. Mate, the ITKs, do you know what? Some of them are really, really good. Like, I love David Ornstein. If David Ornstein hasn't said it, I don't believe it. That's basically how I do it now with like the established ones. Isn't it amazing how none of them mentioned anything about the player we signed today? Isn't it amazing? They come up with all this stuff and then nothing. David Ornstein is the only one I trust. But yeah, Sakai is a great shout. But then I think that's also a bit harsher because when I gauge a flop, I do it on when I think of the word flop, I judge it on games they've played. I agree, because obviously he's played no games and gone out on loan. But I don't know if I'd count Decay in it based on the way I analyse it, but I can see why you said it easily. What's up, my brother? What's up? We're going to speak this week, like I said. You have sent me so many voice notes, but I was in so... Mate, Scott M will know, and who's in the chat that will know? Scott M, Curly, Mike, and a few others will know that I love a voice note. I have a nickname of King of the Voice Notes, and I love sending them because you get the tone of the message from the voice, whatever, and it's so much. I hate writing these messages that are so long. What would you rather see? A really, really, really long, and I mean really long, text WhatsApp message, or a 4 or 5 minute voice note where, yeah, you got to stop everything and pay attention, but then you can gauge the tone of the voice. Yeah. Give me a voice note all day long. And Phil started using them. And Phil loves a voice note now. And some of his voice notes have been about 7 or 8 minutes, but I've just been so busy. They come through. I'm like, I've got to listen to that later. And then I've got so many goddamn messages. And Phil, I will get back to you this week, brother. Scott M. Brian. Mate, do you know what? Ilana and I were speaking today about even dentist work. They're like, it depends if it's federal. But I've lived here for 8 years. Federal, provincial, and all. I've got no clue. Not a clue. Even when they talk about the police with the Mounties, then you got the federal, then you got the provincial, or whatever way it is. I'm like, what? So yeah, mate, it means nothing to me. Oh, Milton, another one. Mr. Dangle, if not Spurs, who would you follow and why? I have always had a major soft spot for Newcastle. I love that city. I love the Geordies, and obviously Paul Gascoigne's place of birth. So I've always had a soft spot for them. But I think if it wasn't Spurs, I would probably be a Barnet fan, which is lower league. But before my parents allowed me to go to Tottenham by myself without my dad or a family member, Barnet was my local team. It was about a 10-minute bus journey from me. And I had some great times at Barnet. But if it had to be another Premier League team or a big team, it would be Newcastle. But also, I love Robbie Fowler. Love him. Like, I honestly, in his heyday, put it this way, someone offered me back at the time when they were playing at the same time, Shearer or Fowler, I'd take Fowler. I know a lot of people would disagree. I just loved watching Robbie Fowler play. I loved him. So I had a soft spot for Liverpool because of Fowler, but it would be Newcastle. It would definitely be Newcastle. Newcastle or Barnet. It's actually someone's job to buy players. What would do in the day, mate? Listen, this window has just been bad. QI, fill the mate. Yeah, mate. This man literally. The Prez is like came to one of our NFL protests when we were first doing it. This man is a very, very, very tall dude and well put together. And we're walking up and down the high road with these placards, mate, walking with him behind us or in front of us felt like he was our personal security. I love this man. Love this man so much. Yeah, mate, do you know what? This is the thing. We have games, Milton, like the good thing with the Scotland Yard as well. the Scotland Yard for 7:30. So the Saturday 12:30 kickoffs in the afternoon back home is 7:30 in the morning here. The Scotland Yard will open the pub at 6:30 in the morning for us on a Saturday, and then we still get 100, 150 people turn up at that time, even during the winter. It's mad. It's madness. Where we go? You know, this is another reason why I can't come, because I'm not full, mate. I'm very, very proud of myself. I'm going to be 18 years sober this year, July. Put it like, it's an achievement when you start saying it in the way that when I hit my milestone this year, the teetotal version of me will legally be allowed to drink back home in England. So 18 years. So yeah, maybe Australia isn't going to be the place for me. Well, mate, the bricklet, mate, for me, Jonathan, always the Coach and Horses. Always, always, always the Coach and Horses, which is on the other side of the road. If you've got the bricklayers there, keep walking away from the stadium. Only about a 3-4 minute walk from the bricklayers. Bricklayers is a great pub. It's a great, great pub. But the Coach and Horses is the one. I'm going to start. I am going to start wrapping up shortly because I can see me. Mate, number 8 is synonymous with me with Gaza. What else have we got before we start wrapping up? Where else have we got? Thank you for everyone joining. Anyway, by the way, this is the first return of Lilywhite Lane for the Lilywhite Lane, Late Night Lilywhite. Obviously, sometimes we're talking like on a lot more about Spurs, but this is the great thing about this show, having great people like you. And I can see, like I said, the chat, you guys are incredible. Honestly, honestly incredible. The whole chat is always joking about and doing things. I love Scotty. I love you. Apart from Divine and Divine, Mikey Moore and Vuskovic are the only ones I keep. Like, for sure. For sure, but that's pure biasness with some of them. Top goalkeeper. Top goalkeeper. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Where are we? Well, let's keep going through. Next show, I'm going to get a couple of... I'm just trying to think. It's Monday today, isn't it? Yeah, it's still Monday. I'm having my wisdom tooth done on Friday. And only me, I don't know if people know the reason I went back to England. But this could only happen to me, so people are aware. I had to have my deviated septum sorted and a load of stuff done at the back, like right at the back of my nose, to realign everything, because cocaine abuse, fighting, and many other things had battered my nose over the years. They sorted out my nose and reset it and put everything back in place. So it's pushed this wisdom tooth through. But not only has it pushed this wisdom tooth through, because my nose has all been reset and it started pressing it down, my wisdom tooth has gone through my sinus. So they need to pull out my tooth. There'll be a rip in my sinus. And on that, they're going to need to rip open my cheek to take some fat out of my cheek to put into the hole that my nose will have, or my sinus will have. But because, and I hate having this said to me now, they said, because you're getting older and because of your age, I'm like, oh my God, I'm 47. Why are you because of your age? If this fat isn't robust enough, they need to get an ear, nose and throat specialist in to skin graft it. So I'm not going to be doing anything Thursday night because the next day will be the surgery. So Wednesday night, we'll do another one. The film I watched a few years ago on Amazon Prime, KPV. How the hell am I going to remember that, bro? How the hell am I going to remember that? Oh, this is when we're talking. Oh, James, big up, James. Canadian questions. Favorite. Is that fud right? Is that going to be food trucks? Mate, there's so many. There's so many. I'm just so happy to be, mate, honestly. My wife made me some fried chicken tonight. I haven't had, people know fried chicken. Popeyes or Mary Brown's over here. My fried chicken is, and I had 2 KFC hot wings the whole time I was over there, fried chicken wise. My beautiful wife made some homemade fried chicken tonight. I've gone incredible. I love a good poutine. I do love a good poutine. Never knew it was done in Sydney, but I have to say, the main man of that movie, a Canadian Keanu Reeves, is one of the nicest men or nicest humans to walk this planet. Sell Benton Core 100%. Sell Basuma will be gone. Saar I would sell for sure. Where else are we? Where else are we? Right. Okay. Oh wait, we just got a super. Oh, look who it is. Big up, Mr. Lee Harvey. I hope you're good in and all. Oh, mate. First of all, very, very, very sorry to hear about your dad, mate. Really, really sorry. Hope you're okay. We speak on Twitter, mate. If you need to talk, if you need to release some stress, anger, and you just want to phone me up and scream your head, whatever you need. If you need me, I'm just a message away, brother. I am just a message away for you. All I can say and things like this, I wish you'd had a very comfortable, he has the best year where you get to do loads of things together. I'm so sorry to hear it, brother. But if you need me, I am just a message away, as you know. So sorry to hear that, but great to see you in the chat. I wish it wasn't on those grounds. See, Milton, I'm loving you more and more and more, mate. All about the 5-minute voice notes. What's a Call of Shite? Mate, do you know what? I love some of these names. I love some of these names that come up. Well, it's 17th of the Champions League. Why not? Why not, mate? Let's make it a thing. Lee, you're getting a lot of love in the chat. I'm wishing your father well, mate. I love Newcastle. Thank you very much indeed, Eugene. I look terrible. Thank you. No, John, it is, mate. It's my hair. Look at that alopecia. I've got, mate. Do you know what it's becoming like? I don't know if people's grandpas, my grandpa, God bless him, I only got to meet the one, had the hairdo where obviously he had the hair on the back and the sides, but nothing on top. I am slowly, look at that. There's more hair on my face. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be staying with me much longer. Mate, he did, didn't he, Milton? This guy, I loved him. I honestly, the types of goals, the finishes, mate, I hate Coventry. I hate Coventry. I'll say this story again. And it isn't for the 1987 FA Cup final defeat. When I had my first season ticket with Tottenham, which was the 95-96 season, the season after Klinsmann went and Chris Armstrong came. It's when I started going pretty much home and away, like all the games. We played Coventry at Highfield Road, they were still at, in the Carabao Cup. God knows what it was called back then. It's had so many sponsors. 2-0 up at half-time, playing brilliantly. Lost 3-2 to Coventry. And the Coventry fans were just, my God, the rage baiting. Not that was even a thing. But you know what I mean. And then we saw that we had Coventry a couple of weeks left, a couple of weeks next in the Premier League. We're like, we're coming back, and thankfully we won 3-2. And it's when Teddy Sheringham scored that delightful little lob in the Pony Hewlett Packard purple and blue striped. And ever since then, I can't stand Coventry. If Coventry come up next season, that is a game that I honestly hate Coventry. Honestly, let's have a look. Not at all, brother Milton. Not at all. Not at all. There are so many Australians living in England, mate. You would have no problem. Although I will say, England is very different now to what it was 10, 15, 5 years ago. But yeah, no. You, mate, I'm telling you now, you'd have absolutely no problem. None whatsoever. Brother, mate, I've missed and loved you all too as well, especially this show. I love this show. It's where what have we got? 17th, you know the rest. We're going Budapest. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Right, I've caught up with the chat. It's been a mammoth 2.5 hour one. So we're gonna work ourselves up. I'm doing my Jey Uso there for his music. Next one will go Wednesday for sure. Hopefully we'll go Saturday after Manchester United, all depending on after my wisdom tooth extraction. But we will definitely we'll definitely go Wednesday. Like I said, guys, if you have questions for me based on anything, Spurs, family, anything, or any funny games we can play as a community and chill and chat, obviously there'll always be Spurs chat. There'll always be Spurs chat. But the main thing I want to do with this channel is grow it, make it a really good, friendly place to be, do loads of things together, try and arrange these worldwide protests, and just have some fun. Whether you be in bed chilling and watching this as your nighttime viewing, at work and it's helping you get through the day, or just like me at this time, just the evening time, then we will do it. And Lee, you didn't need to send in the super chat, brother. You didn't need to. Thank everyone in the chat for your support, and it's good to see Lilywhite Tottenham. It's so good to have you back while I'm at work. Lee, brother, thank you for the super chat. It's always appreciated on this channel. Never obligated, but always appreciated. As I said to you, brother, everyone here has got your back, and we'll be here for you. If you need to chat, you want to chat, just send me a message on Twitter, and we'll get chatting, brother. Most importantly, show this to your dad and just say, we're all here, and you know where I am, brother. You know where I am, and I've just seen, mate. Do you know what? We'd still fuck those up. I still wouldn't be surprised if we saw Raheem Sterling come to this football club, because he's a free transfer, and we can still do free transfers. Big up, Angus, brother. I hope you are good, brother. But on that note, I am going to say thank you for joining us. It's been great having Late Night Lilywhite back. We will see you Wednesday. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, ENIC out. Tottenham Hotspur.